everyone, this video is to introduce Fluffy, who is a scrub python, which is a Morelia kinghornii, which used to be known as Morelia amethistina. Sadly, this video is also to say goodbye to Fluffy as she's going to her new home this afternoon. Fortunately, I've found a really good home for her and someone that is going to look after her really well and who has also promised that I can come and visit. Fluffy's about 5 to 6 years old, and I got Fluffy when she was only a hatchling. A lot of time has been spent with Fluffy to have her as calm as what she is. It's pretty much well known that scrub pythons have a nasty temperament, and people do spend lots and lots of hours with their scrub pythons to try to tame them down, but some just aren't going to play the game. Luckily, Fluffy has a really good temperament, so I've been fortunate enough for it to pay off with her. So I wanted to do a video so I could remember Fluffy and just to be able to look back at her too, as I can see as she's growing. She's already a fairly big girl, and it's just getting a lot harder for me on my own to be able to feed and clean her. Although she comes out of the cage fine, it's just that she is getting big and harder to handle, and she's actually due for an enclosure upgrade, so I thought now's probably the perfect time to move her on to someone else that can appreciate her as well. So Fluffy feeds weekly in the hotter months. I usually give her a large rat or a small sized rabbit. I try to vary it a little bit. She eats weekly. At the moment she's in a tub, a rack system which is behind me here. She's down the bottom and she's got a branch screwed in. What else can I tell you about Fluffy? Fluffy's actually been on Snakebites TV when Brian came over to Australia and was at the Ipswich Expo. Fluffy was featured on his video there as being a friendly scrub python. That was probably about 2 years ago, so if you look for the video you can see her. She was a fair bit smaller. She has grown a bit since then. Scrub pythons aren't very popular as pets here in Australia because they are the largest growing of the Australian python species. So they can be a lot to handle, and like I've said, they do have a reputation for having a bit of a bad temper. Luckily, Fluffy doesn't. So I'll probably cut the video off at that. I just wanted to be able to get some footage of her before she leaves, and to just show how amazing she is and how calm she is. So I'll unwrap her a little bit. There's a cat walking around my legs, which isn't ideal, but try and get a size. And this is why she's going to a new home. It's getting very harder to handle her as she's getting bigger. You just can't imagine how strong they are. You know, she looks big and everything, but you've got to keep in mind that snakes are completely full of muscle. They're one big muscle. So, although it's really impressive to have such a gorgeous large snake, doing it on your own can be quite difficult, and I've sort of just realising that it's time to move on with the larger snakes now that I'm on my own and stick to the smaller, more manageable species. So I'll pop Fluffy back into her rack. And thanks for watching.